For years, we've been told the future of technology would talk to us. Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, they were supposed to become our digital companions. We'd speak, they'd answer. A human-machine relationship powered by voice. But something strange is happening in 2025. Tech companies are suddenly making their voice assistants quieter. They're redesigning them to talk less, listen more, and act silently in the background. The age of talking machines might be ending. Not because voice failed, but because it's being replaced by something smarter. Anticipation. Your next gadget might not want to chat. It might just know. Let's rewind to where it all began. When Apple introduced Siri in 2011, it felt revolutionary. Talking to your phone was fun, almost magical. A few years later, Amazon launched Alexa, Google launched Assistant, and suddenly voice was everywhere, in smart speakers, TVs, cars, and phones. For a while, it seemed like speech would be the universal interface. You wouldn't tap screens or type commands. You'd just talk. But that vision never quite worked. People grew tired of repeating themselves. Voice commands often misunderstood accents, context, or emotion. And soon, the novelty wore off. By 2023, surveys showed that fewer than 15% of users spoke to their voice assistants daily. Most used them only for basic tasks like weather checks or timers. So, what happened? The short answer: AI evolved. While the world focused on voice, companies like OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic were quietly building systems that could understand context far deeper than spoken commands ever could. Generative AI models like GPT and Gemini didn't need you to speak. They needed data. They could predict your intent based on your past actions, messages, and patterns. And that realization changed everything. If your phone already knows what you want, why ask for it? Tech giants realized that the future wasn't about voice interaction. It was about invisible intelligence. That's why in 2025, the biggest updates across Apple, Google, and Amazon's ecosystems are about making assistants more silent. Apple's upcoming Siri redesign focuses less on conversation and more on action. It processes commands locally, learns habits, and performs tasks without needing to speak back. Google's AI on Pixel devices now works mostly through proactive surfaces, quiet suggestions, and automated actions that appear when needed, not when called. Even Amazon's Alexa team has shifted direction. After years of layoffs and reorganization, Amazon has started turning Alexa into a predictive home manager, a system that automatically adjusts lights, music, and temperature without waiting for your command. Voice is being replaced by intuition. It's a profound shift, and it says a lot about how technology is changing us. We used to think communication with machines would feel human. Now, we're realizing the best technology might not feel human at all. The new philosophy in Silicon Valley is simple. The less you talk to your devices, the more intelligent they appear. An assistant that waits for you to ask is reactive. An assistant that acts before you ask feels smart. So, instead of conversations, your next gadget will offer quiet moments of insight. A phone that lowers brightness when you're tired, a laptop that opens the document you were about to search for, a car that reroutes without asking. No, "Hey Siri." No, "Alexa, play my playlist." Just quiet automation. But this silence comes with trade-offs. Because for your devices to act automatically, they need to know you more intimately than ever. They'll monitor your gestures, patterns, tone, even biological signals like heart rate and eye movement. Your smartwatch might sense stress and dim notifications. Your earbuds might adjust sound when you seem distracted. Your phone could interpret emotion from your typing rhythm. It's not just listening anymore. It's feeling. That level of perception blurs the line between helpful and invasive. The less we talk, the more data we unknowingly give away. Voice assistants once asked for permission. Predictive assistants don't need to. They already have it, hidden in the fine print. There's another consequence of this quiet revolution: trust. When your devices acted on commands, you were in charge. You told them what to do. But when they start anticipating needs, the control becomes invisible. You may not even notice how much they're influencing your day. rearranging your schedule, suggesting content, or deciding which notifications matter most. You might think your tech is simplifying your life, but in subtle ways, it's shaping it. And when machines stop talking, it's harder to question their decisions. Still, there's something undeniably alluring about this shift. The idea of seamless technology, one that just works, has always been the dream. A world where devices melt into the background, freeing you to focus on life, not screens. That's why Apple's next-generation interface is being described as zero-interaction AI. Google calls it ambient computing. Amazon describes it as predictive intelligence. Different names, same goal. Technology that doesn't need to speak because it already understands. We're entering an era of silent assistants. Your phone, your car, your watch, all whispering in sync, orchestrating your life quietly. But what does that mean for us, the users? We've spent decades teaching technology to understand language. Now it's teaching itself to understand us, sometimes better than we do. That could mean convenience or dependency. Because the more our devices anticipate us, the less effort we put into awareness. When the fridge orders groceries and the calendar reschedules meetings, we stop noticing how much of life is being delegated to code. The line between helping and thinking for us gets thinner by the update. So the next time you speak to your voice assistant, enjoy the conversation. It might be one of the last ones you have. Soon your gadgets won't need your words. They'll already know what you want to say. The age of talking machines is fading, replaced by an era of machines that act, predict, and decide silently. And maybe that's the most human thing about them. Because just like us, they've learned that sometimes saying nothing speaks volumes.